What is going on, Swoopers? Welcome back to another episode of Swoop. Luke. In this episode, we'll be talking a little bit about Steele Sidebottom in his 300th game and Mason Cox in his 100th game. Let's get into it. So I wanted to make a separate video as opposed to just my preview and stuff like that because these two guys deserve time on their own. They deserve their own video and my own words. Like, look, let's start off with Steele Sidebottom. 300 games. This guy is just incredible. 2018 was just absolutely incredible. All Australian. He won the Gary Ayres medal for best player in finals. He went back to back in the Copeland. 2017, 2018. He was, he probably could have won the Brownlow in 2018, but we know who took that one away from him. But look, that's just like most recent Steele Sidebottom. But Steele has been just good to go from the start. Like playing in a premiership in his second year, and playing alongside Pendlebury during all this time. And we talk about how Pendlebury is probably top three best players that have ever graced the Collingwood Football Club, and Steele is the smiling, silent assassin. One, always smiling. Always, without a fail, smile on his face when he's going about it. Two, he's a sneaky chance, and this might be recency bias as well, but he could be top 10, top 15 players that have played for this club, because 300 games, there's only 3 ever Magpies that have done that. He'll be the 4th Magpie to ever play 300 games for this absolutely amazing club, which is just unreal that now we're only going to have 4 players who have pulled this feat, you know what I mean? But Steele, just like I just said, the premiership, going back to back in the Copelands, he's a co-captain. He makes everyone around him a better player. And the thing with Steele that I love the most is that he's so just silky and smooth and skillful when he has the ball. He can go left, he can go right, and he's just so smart with the ball. And man, I just love watching him play. And I think it's not until recently, these last couple of years, where I've really sat back and gone, far out, this guy is absolutely really, really good. Like I said, he had a great 2018. Obviously 2017 was good as well. 2019, and then 2020, 2021, he dipped a little bit. And I'll be the first to admit it, because you can probably go back into any of my videos. I said maybe the game has just gone past him. Maybe it's time to look at offloading him. And I'm glad we didn't, obviously. Fly come out and said that maybe he just wasn't playing the position that he was meant to play in, and now he has just flourished under Fly, and he's taken just another step in an insane trajectory in his career. I just love watching him go about it. He's been playing for 15 years. He's 32, and he could probably go on for another couple of years. He's even said himself that his body is good and he can keep going. I don't know if he's going to push to that 400 mark, but 1 year contracts, keep going, because this guy, right, I think, and look, I don't know what goes on inside the 4 walls of the club or anything like that, but I feel like Steele Sidebottom, from what I've heard, from like the media and stuff like that, is he makes everyone around him better. Just with the way they're playing, with the way that he sort of like coaches on field and stuff like that. McRae last year was saying that he was, Steele Sidebottom was hitting PBs at 32-30 or 31-32 in the gym in finals time, hitting PBs, which is absolutely incredible and just is a testament to who he is as a person and who he is as a footballer. Loving husband, loving father as well now. And he's just such a great role model for Collingwood fans and just AFL fans in general. And we get the pleasure of watching his 300th game on Sunday, tomorrow, against the Kangaroos. And we get the pleasure of just seeing 300 games in the black and white. And he's a one-club player. And still, just absolutely congratulations. It is an outstanding achievement, and you deserve every single accolade that comes your way. Mason Cox, 100 games, the big Texan. bloody hell. If you had said that to me in 2014 or around that when he started, kicking that first goal on Anzac Day, I would have been like 100 games. Look, maybe 50 is a good shout, but 100, kidding yourself. But far out. This guy's determination to just, from just knowing nothing about the sport, not even knowing it existed, to what he is now, pretty much an ambassador to the US for this sport, being on 60 Minutes and just playing really good football and being a staple in the side. To do that from where he was in 2013, 2014 is just something to behold. Like, it is absolutely, it's incredible. And that determination, like I just said, to just be better and just be good and just, out on the training track for hours and hours when we're not training just to get better at goal kicking or this, and McRae was the first person when he landed to teach him how to kick a footy and stuff like that. And now he gets to repay fly, it's on the back of his jumper now. He gets to repay fly at the twilight of his career, and he's repaying him so well. Like, that GWS game that he played a couple of weeks ago is his best game that he's played probably since the 2018 prelim. And, he does have these spurts of really, really good games and breaking games open. And he's just a contested player all throughout. Even if he's not having really, really good games, he's still a good player. So 100 games is just, it's just insane. And it just says so much about him as a person. Like, to leave all of your family behind in another country, right? And just start fresh here with absolutely no one. And then you go through COVID and then you can't see them for ages. It would have broke a weaker man. It would have broke a weaker man, and I wouldn't have blamed him if he did. And he had his detractors, he had his naysayers. Back then I was probably one of them. You were probably one of them too, you know what I mean? But he's been able to just keep proving us wrong time and time and time and time, and 2018 prelim time again. And it's just been such a fun journey to watch. Mason Cox's journey is one that's probably going, if we win a premiership, it's one that's going to get a movie somehow. Like, think of all the American basketball stories that get movies. Mason Cox is probably going to get a movie. Who's going to play a 211 centimeter dude though? No clue. But he's going to get a movie. He's got that American bravado, that movie star-esque strut. We just need to win that premiership for him now. What I love about Mason though is, over this journey, I think it's about 9 years since he started, he's embraced Aussie culture, right? You can even hear his accent going from that southern twang to the Australian sort of twang, whatever you want to call it. But he just hasn't lost his Americanism. And, hearing those USA chants, even though he's an Australian citizen now, is still really fun. And I'm sure he still loves it. But it's just, these players, and I guess because I'm like older now, they're, I've grown up with them. Like, Mason Cox playing 10 years and is one third of my life. Steele Sidebottom playing for 15 years at this club is literally half my life. I've watched Steele Sidebottom play for half of my life. And I've just grown up and I've ridden the highs and the lows, not only with these clubs, but with each of these individual players. And for Mason to play 100, it just makes me insanely happy. And Steele Sidebottom, 300 games, it's just incredible. Like, and I think I've said incredible about 100 times in this video, but there's no word that can sum it up besides incredible. 400 games between them, and they will both go down in Collingwood folklore, Australian football folklore, especially like Mason Cox, and then you get Steele Sidebottom, only the fourth ever Magpie to reach 300 games. It would just be very, very nice to cap their seasons off with a premiership. Like, right off into the sunset with a premiership, first we got to get a win against the Kangaroos, and hopefully we do get a win for them on Sunday, tomorrow. But again, just congratulations, guys. It is just, and I know you're not going to watch this video, but congratulations. It is an amazing feat, and we could not be, and I could not be more prouder of you guys for everything that you have achieved and everything that you will achieve. And you guys are my idols. Like, the whole team is, and you guys as well. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much for everything you have done for the Collingwood Football Club. I love you and I appreciate you. But anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends, tell your pets, double shackers. I'll see you later.